Hi everyone. In this video, let us discuss what is mean by APIs. APIs is an application programming interface. It's a way for two or more computer programs to communicate with each other. It's a kind of type of software interface connecting two services between two computers or within a computer. Now let us understand what is REST API. So basically in software industries, while working in a backend development, we'll work with lot of designing REST APIs. REST APIs, the REST means representational state transfer application programming interface. It's a set of rules and conventions for building and interacting with web services. It uses standard HTTP methods like get, post, put, and delete to perform operations on resources. Typically, like in a stateless manner, making it scalable and widely used for web applications. It's a typical definition for the REST APIs. So let us understand trying implement here. Let us try to create one class. Let's call this class is controller. You can take any class name. Now here we will deal with some of the annotations. So let us write now the annotation at the rate rest controller for this. So you can see error. We need to import this. First let us understand what is this annotation. So this the REST controller is a component in a web development that handles incoming HTTP request and provide proper appropriate responses. It follows the principles of REST and is commonly useful in REST APIs. These controllers receives requests and process them and return the data such as JSON or XML, like communicating between the clients and servers in a stateless manner. So first we need an dependency for this REST controller. So for that we need to go to the pom.xml and we need to add the dependency here. The task is very simple. Whatever the required, we will search on browser. Is searching on the browser what is the dependency required. We can go to the browser, the Maven dependencies, and we can go there. We can simply take that plugin. We can come here pom.xml and we can simply paste that here. So when you pasted that required dependency, it will take time for building the complete build tool, because now it is done. So you can see, now you can go to the controller. Now you can import the that annotation. So now let's understand some what is the mean by get, put, post, delete, some HTTP methods. So basically these are like I said, REST APIs. It will connect to the client, the server, between the response and request, all this. So let's create one um, simple get mapping. So let's write one function. The function here is, suppose let's write one method public return type is string, string hello world. Then then uh, we'll simply do here, just we will simply do return return spring web r- running. So basically whenever you hit this API, it we like this API will contain proper URL that we will going to discuss, and it will connect from here to Postman or like any browser if you click or that proper URL. So for that, first we need to, here also we need to make one annotation that is called get mapping for get request. And there will be one URL we're going to discuss. So typically we'll make that URL. Now suppose here let's design that URL request mapping. Now in the get mapping, let us write that endpoint. This is called an endpoint. Here also we can add some uh, endpoint, like this is the uh, main. You can take whatever name you want. So now you can check along with this port. So it is followed by, so basically it will look like http, and then localhost, and the port number we are using here 8080, then the body, then this get method. So basically the URL means uniform resource locator. It's an web address that specifies the location of a resource on the internet, such as web page, image file, or typical URL. It includes the protocol like HTTP, and then a semicolon and a forward slash, and then like there is a protocol, there is an domain name. Here we are running on the local computer, so localhost. Then there is a port number, and there is an path. Suppose the main, it's an end path. The end path is get. So whenever you run this on any browser, like you can get the result. So http and a semicolon, a forward slash, localhost domain name, then semicolon, then port number, then this for this endpoint. Then after this, inside the get mapping, this whatever this endpoint. So let's take this, and before that, let's run this program. So basically you need to run, because you will run this uh, in an server, not an standalone application. So it will be run by 24 hours. Whenever you hit this API, it will just show the output. So whatever here the return, it will returning not to the console, it returning to the browser. Let's check in some any browser like Chrome, in whatever browser you can try this. So you can check here, I'm just checking here that endpoint, it's showing me Spring Web running. But there is a tool called Postman. Basically Postman, it's an testing tool. It's an popular API development tool that allows to design and test and document APIs. It's like not directly related to any Spring Boot itself, but actually it's like comes along with the Spring Boot. Like it will useful for testing and interacting with the REST APIs, how it works, everything. Like now we using like get mapping. There is also other APIs like get, post, put, patch, all these things. Now I'm just hitting that http, then semicolon and forward slash, and then we are running on the local host. Then the port number 8080 running, and end API main, and that is something we only created get. So whenever you run this, whenever you hit this REST APIs, it will just show the output. Here you can see here it returning the text like the string Spring Web running. So here it's all about this, like there are other methods like get, put, post, many HTTP methods, but we are dealing one HTTP methods. So these are two proper annotations we should use. Then the like the name also we can give anything, and then I return one method that is just return type is string, and then some name hello world. So this REST API I designed, then it is not the standard application like something when you run one time only it will run. It's not like that. Like we are running in the port, the server. So whenever it is 24 by 7, whenever you hit this API, it will run repeatedly. So this is about REST APIs here. In the following videos, we'll discuss similarly like get, put, post, delete, all the methods. So basically, you can track here like HTTP is something related to that browser, computer networks application layer side. The local host, it's an domain name, and this is a port name, and this is the endpoint.